Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Zen Cool, and this is my very first Let's Play. And for my very first Let's Play, I have decided to play Bastion for you. Now, I love Let's Plays, I love watching them, I love reading them, and for a long time, I have wanted to do one of my own. And I finally have all of the tools available to me in order to make this happen. I got a new computer, got a microphone, and most importantly, I got the game that I have decided to play. So, the game is Bastion. This is a fantastic game. It's one of my favorite games, certainly recently, and really of all time. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. The reason for this is not necessarily because of the gameplay. The gameplay is fine. It's a fun game. It's an engaging game. But what really sells this game to me is the atmosphere. So many different elements go into that atmosphere. The story is very cool, very engaging. The art style is, I like the art style a lot. The music is really fantastic. Actually, you can buy the soundtrack by itself to listen to the great music that they developed for Bastion. But more than anything else is actually the narration and the voice acting, which really sets this game apart. It's kind of what got the initial buzz, I feel, going for it was the narrator is, first of all, the voice actor who does the narration is just phenomenal. He does a great job with it. I can listen to him read the phone book. He just does such a great job with it. Also, it's kind of a unique thing. The story is presented as if it's somebody, the narrator, telling a story to somebody else. So he describes the actions as you're doing them and what you're doing and your motivations. It's a really interesting way of telling the story, backed up by an incredibly powerful vocal performance. So I have played this game several times. I've beaten it several times. When I played it, it was actually on Xbox. However, I don't have any way to record Xbox, so I bought it on Steam, which I think it's $15 on Steam, and it's very worth it. I'd buy this game several times over if I needed to. I do not mind buying it. Again, it's one of my all-time favorite games. I don't want to get too much into the story of Bastion and what Bastion is. What sells this game so well is it kind of develops its own story and everything on its own terms. So if you don't know anything about the game, don't worry. I really didn't know anything about the game when I first picked it up, and so you will be in for quite a treat. So we'll go ahead and get started with Bastion here. Press the any key. Maybe. There we go. There's a couple, obviously, set of the options. I apologize if the game is a little framey. My recording software, I'm using Fraps, and it just makes it a little slower. But hopefully it won't be too bad. Now, despite the fact that I've played this game several times, I would not necessarily say that I'm like an expert at it by any means. I'm not very good at video games. I'm okay. Obviously, I've been playing for freaking ever. Really since Final Fantasy VII came out. That was my first game. But if you're looking for high-level, like, super performance when it comes to the actual gameplay, then this is not going to be the video for you. I wanted to do this, firstly, most importantly, as a project for myself. Like I said, I love Let's Plays, and I wanted to do this for myself. So, but I also wanted to give other people the experience of Bastion. Non-gamers and gamers alike, if you like it, by all means, pick it up. Hopefully, watching my Let's Play, you'll see that this is a great game, and you'll buy it yourself. If not, that is unfortunate, but at least you'll get to experience it. So, we will go ahead and get started here with the story mode. Of course, I've been playing a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and just start from the very beginning. There's normal and no sweat mode. No sweat mode is basically easy. You have unlimited lives or continues or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play on normal and give you the proper Bastion experience. So, without further ado, we will go ahead and get started and jump right in. So, yes, no, it's just a game we lost. So here we go with Mr. Zen Cool plays Bastion.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Alright, so that is the first bit of narration from our phenomenal voice actor. How I'm going to do this is, I am recording this live. I'm not doing this after the fact, so when he starts talking, if I'm in the middle of something, I'm just going to shut up, because he can do it 10 times better than I could ever do it. So hopefully it won't be too jarring, but let's go ahead and get started.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
So immediately you can kind of see the central gameplay conceit of the world literally forms up beneath
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why.
As our narrator has also helpfully pointed out.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road.
Alright, this is our very first weapon.
Well, it's a touching reunion.
This is the sail hammer. Now, this is the first weapon that we're going to get, but it is certainly not the only one. We have a lot of weapons. There's, I don't know offhand, I think maybe a dozen weapons. This is just the first one. I'm not a huge fan of the sail hammer. Once it's fully upgraded, it's alright. But I prefer faster weapons.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Obviously, it's a big, slow, powerful weapon. I just prefer faster ones. So, get this crap out of the way here.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
Alright, this is our first enemy. This is a gas fella.
Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
And what's interesting is if I had not gotten hit when fighting that gas fella, the narrator would have said something completely different, something along the lines of, you know, oh man, he managed to get out of there without a scratch. I don't remember what it is offhand, but it makes it such a dynamic game that by doing things differently, he'll say different things. So if I do this for a little bit, just busting stuff up.
Kid just rages for a while.
If I had stopped to rage for a while, he wouldn't have said anything. So every once in a while, I mean, like I said, I've played this game several times. I'll do things differently than I would have done, or that I did do in another playthrough, and I'll get a different voice clip. So it keeps things fresh and keeps things interesting. I'm not going to do multiple playthroughs just to get those small voice clips, unless you guys really want me to. But I think it's such a great way to keep the game.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Just keep things fresh, and I appreciate that. Here's our second weapon. This is the Fang Repeater. Maybe. Pick it up.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Alright, so this is our first ranged weapon. Excuse me, one second. Apologize. This game has kind of an odd kind of schizo tech to it. I mean, this is effectively, it's a machine pistol. I mean, I think it's supposed to be some kind of like crossbow something, but you know, you have giant hammers, and you'll get spears and like a machete, and then you also get things like, you know, this machine pistol, but you also get like a bow and arrow, so it makes it for a very interesting setting, I obviously like quite a bit. So, we'll keep moving on.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting.
Alright, so this is how we heal ourselves.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
Ain't that the truth? Alright, so heal up here. Here.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
These are our basic small swarming type enemies. They're called squirts. We'll learn all about the squirts later. And that's kind of what I mean by the game kind of pieces it out to you. Okay, you meet the squirts, you meet this gas fella. He'll pick something up. The crystal Barrett. This is a memento, and
it's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
So we'll pick this up.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
So this is the crystal bear. I'm going to kill these guys before you move on, just so I can show you. So you press tab, go go into your pack and check out the mementos, and the mementos have absolutely no bearing on the gameplay. You're not going to get a buff because you picked up the Crystal Barret. It really is just for atmosphere and just for immersion and little vignettes, I guess. So we have 2 mementos so far. We have the City Crest, an identification badge from the old days. All those on official business for the city bear the Star of Caelondia. It is said to represent warmth, labor, and sacrifice. Now, Caelondia is the city-state that the kid is from, and where the vast majority of the game takes place. And we'll learn more about the history of Caelondia as we go into it. The Crystal Barret is a fashion accessory covered in soot. Holds great value of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair carefully in check. Let's hang on to it just in case. So, a little bit of insight into the kid. There's a girl he used to fancy. He found her Crystal Barret, and he decided to hold on to it. So, a little sentimental value there. So, we're going to keep pushing on here. I think there's another squirt. If you were wondering, you see this bottomless abyss around you. Yes, you can fall off the edge.
And then he falls to his death.
No, narrator, you card. Yeah, if you fall off the edge, then you just appear approximately where you fell off, fall right on your face, take a little bit of damage. You're very unlikely to die because of that, but you will take damage, and obviously if you're not careful, then something else is very likely to kill you. So we'll go and enter the saloon here. And see what there is to see in here.
He sets foot inside one of Caelondia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Okay, now this is the first visible casualty of the calamity.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
And then we'll pick that up here in a second. But first, let's check out old Rondi, the bartender here. That is Rondi, and he's looking a little gray. If we were to...
Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here.
It's not very pleasant. So again, that is the first casualty of the calamity. We'll find out more about it as we go along. But for now, let's pick up the shield.
The security takes him for a petty thief.
Now, there's a couple ways to use the shield. The first is you just hold shift, and you hold it out in front of you, and as long as nothing, gets behind you, you will not take any damage. It doesn't simply reduce damage, it completely eliminates it. So you can stand here all day and not get hurt. The second way to use the shield is, if I can time it right. Let's see. There we go.
Clang. Shield saves
you can actually
time.
counterattack, and by doing so, you will damage whoever decided to attack you, and knock them back a little bit.
Windbags start turning up for last call.
And I'm not even going to try and counter because, again, I'm not very good at this game. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. Yeah. Time it right now. So yeah, one of those guys, I don't know if you saw it, he actually was defeated because I managed to counterattack him with the shield. So I don't use the shield a whole lot. I mostly rely on my defensive role, but the shield is still very important.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork.
So here's some more squirts.
A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
This guy always kicks my butt. So hopefully I will. Yep. Oh, taking some bad damage.
Windbags are playing
let's heal.
keeps.
And he will actually help take out some of these squirts, which is awfully nice of him. So let's get out of there and see if we can smash him.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Alright. So let me heal up here. Again, if you're looking for high-level Bastion play, this is not the place it's for. But I'm actually going to call it here. In the next video, we will go ahead and jump out this window and make our way to the Bastion proper. But for right now, this is my very, very first Let's Play, first video, first game, so it's probably a little rough. I understand that. If you have any constructive criticism, I am more than willing to listen to it and to act on that. I want to make this a good experience for all involved, even though I am primarily doing this for myself. Obviously, I'm doing this for other people too, otherwise I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube. So, if you do not like the series, if you think that I'm just utter trash, maybe perhaps this is the time for quiet contemplation, and keep that to yourself. So YouTube being what it is, I'm sure that's not going to be the case. But if you like it, please let me know. Leave a comment, and we will get this going. This is something that I will finish. It's a project that I've been wanting to work on, so no matter what comments I get, I am going to finish. But if you would like to help me out, you please do so, and I will certainly listen. So I will see you next time on Mr. Zen Cool Plays Bastion, and we will make our way and find out what the heck is going on here. Thank you so much for watching.